I'm going to show you how to add a custom object to your game that has some 3D positional sound. Here we are in Magic of Voxel and put together this little, well, I'd like to say it's a clock. I'm just threw it together real quick here. What I'd like to point out here is I lowered the voxel count, the space. I lowered it down to 21 by 21 by 20. I suggest lowering down the voxel count to the minimum just to get your point across. Any data that you can reduce, the better for the performance. Once you've created something, then we go into the export to OBJ. And I'm going to call this clock. And I'll save that. I could actually save the file. I forgot to save the file. Let me go save the whole thing. I could do a better clock. But anyway, let me go save my palette as well. Okay, so I saved the OBJ file. That's the most important thing. Next thing we'll do is we'll open up Blender because we need to make a conversion. We need to convert that OBJ file into a GLB file. So let's go into Blender. Let's press X, enter to delete the cube right there in the center of the default Blender scene. And let's go over to File, Import, and let's import wavefront.obj. And let's just go, I actually am running the Magic of Voxel from my downloads and export and clock OBJ right there. So here's the clock, wow. In Blender, we're gonna have to scale this down. In Blender, we can see there's the clock. And I'll just deselect all here. If I want to, I can actually put it in material rendering mode. And we'll see that with material rendering mode, if I go ahead and go over to the side over here, I can grab the lamp, for example, and put the lamp over here. We can see, yeah, that's, in fact, if I wanted to copy the lamp, I could just go Command-C, Command-V, and make another copy of the lamp. This is absolutely, it's not necessary to do this. I'm just showing you that you can add some lights here if you wanted to. We're just using Blender actually just to export as a GLB file. So that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to call it clock. Clock.glb. I'll put it in with my other game models. And right now I just export that. But it wasn't necessary to even view this in the material rendered mode or anything. I just simply did that to show you that you can if you did want to do some additional work in Blender. Like if you wanted to animate something, maybe you wanted to make some other object that you put in the game and have it have an idle animation, then you can do that as well in here with some bone animations like we did before. Okay, well the next thing we're going to do is actually go into our assets folder of the CS1 project or your remix, and we just want to go ahead and add an asset from our computer, and we'll go right to the documents, game dev, and this is where I put it right here. Oh, did I put it in game models? I'm sorry, game models, and it was clock GLB, and there it is. And I can simply go down here and grab that, but I need to get one other thing. I need to have a sound to associate with it. So I'm going to go over to freesound.org, and I'm going to search for clock tick, and I've just done that a little ahead of time to save some time. And I'm picking this one. I'm going to pick this clock tick sound. You're going to have to log in before you can download. I'm going to go over here and then click download. And it's going to download a WAV file. Now we would rather have an MP3 file. So I'm going to follow that up by going to audio.online-convert.com, convert to MP3. And I am going to, boom, just drop that right in there into that online utility and start the conversion. And there we go. And it's performing the conversion and it's downloading it for me. What I will do, I will show it in my Finder window, and I'm just going to call it tick_talk. And then I'll just go into the assets folder, and I will go and browse for that as well. Add asset from my computer, and this will be in the downloads and TikTok. And there it is, uploaded. Now I need to have everything I need. So I'm going to come back to these, the clock, GLB, and the TikTok MP3. So let's go to the client config.js file, and we're going to use down here in the physics objects section, we'll use one of these current files as a guide, if you will. We'll use it as a template. So what I will do here then, maybe I'll use, doesn't really matter which one. I guess I'll just use this boombox here as a template. I'm copying the whole, everything from this boombox object from line 109 to line 112. I'm just going to copy that, and I will put right after that a comma. I'm going to paste in there. Now make sure you're copying the right thing so you don't have any errors when you paste. If you end up with little errors over here, little red circles, you know you didn't copy and paste correctly. Over here I'm going to say clock, change it to clock, and then I'm going to have to get my model link and the MP3 link and change the position. I think I'll change the position over here. Let me see. The scale, I'll just leave the scale like that for right now, but I'll change the position maybe to, I don't know, let me try 50. Just put a 50 in there. I don't know how this position is going to kind of fare, but I don't want it to be right where that boom box was. Actually, let me put it on the ground. Let me make it 0. Where's the, actually I'm going to put it before the bullpug. The bullpug's at 22. Yeah, let me actually go put this about 15. That would be better. And blah, 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 turn it around a little bit, rotate it a little bit. That's fine. Okay. So I'm going to go back to the assets and copy the, maybe copy the model, copy the URL for the clock.glb file, go into that same section here under the physics objects, and where it says clock. Now I'm going to take the URL I copied for the model and paste that. Boom, right in there. Now I need the sound URL next, so I'm going to go back and get that MP3 TikTok URL, copy that, go into the client config again go down to the physics objects and the clock sound URL, and just go in here and paste that in there. And let's go check and see how that works out for us. I'll just go ahead and show live and see how this looks. Maybe close this up. Okay, I can hear the clicking. Let me go ahead and sign in here.
Welcome to CS1.
Okay, there we go. There's the dog and there's the clock right there. Let's turn the background music off. There's the clock. Now I can grab the clock, set the clock over here. All right, set it right there maybe. Go over here to the dog. Now, it seems to be working just about fine. So yeah, there we go. That's pretty much the workflow. Enjoy.